Welcome to Thrive and Talks with Anthony. Today we're going to be having an insightful conversation. Today's conversation is going to be about the science of happiness and what research says about living a joyful life. I want you guys to think and take in consideration. Have you ever wondered why some people seem naturally happy no matter what life throws at them? Is happiness something that you're born with, or can you actively create this within yourself? Science has some surprising answers, and today we're going to be diving into some information in regards to what research reveals about living a truly joyful life. So I just want to start off with a spoiler alert. It's not about winning the lottery or having the perfect job. Happiness comes within. So the purpose of this video is to discuss what happiness is and what things that we can do to enhance our life to have better satisfaction. So let's just dive right into it. So what is happiness? So happiness is defined happiness within the combination of life satisfaction and experiencing more positive than negative emotions. So obviously we want to endure more positive things to maintain that happiness. So I also want to introduce the concept of the happiness set point theory. So about 50% of happiness is genetic, 10% is influenced by your circumstances, and then 40% is within your control. So I'll say that again: 50%, 10%, and that 40%. I also want to mention the role of subjective well-being and how it's measured through surveys and psychological studies. So where are you getting this from? What research? So research is defined by a combination of surveys and different psychological studies and tests to be able to put this whole thing together in regards to happiness. Like I said, happiness is different for everybody, right? And everybody's circumstances are different within their life. But like I said, to put it together, surveys are used to enhance and give us some information and some criteria of what happiness is in regards to our conversation. So happiness is often studied as subjective well-being, which reflects how people assess their emotion states, such as joy, happiness, and life satisfaction. So tools like the Satisfaction with Life Scale, SWLS, and PANAS help researchers uncover its layers. While biology and circumstances play a role, much of our happiness comes from actions, relationships, and mindset, offering us plenty of ways to cultivate it. So obviously, to maintain that happiness comes in different ways. So in which ways we can dive into, we're going to talk about that research. Like I said, so key research backed factors for happiness. So please tune in, because this is what research has to offer for us to have and maintain that happiness, right? So we'll start off with social connections. So I want to highlight that research offers or is showing us that strong relationships are the #1 predictor of happiness, according to Harvard's study of adult development. So practical tips we can take in consideration is schedule regular time with friends and family to maintain that happiness when it comes to ourselves, when it comes to that social connection. The next is going to be gratitude. So studies show how practicing gratitude rewires the brain for positivity. So practical tips that we can take in consideration is keep a daily journal. Write 3 things that you're grateful for on the daily, and this could be your gratitude journal. Moving into the next is going to be acts of kindness. So I want to discuss with you guys, by doing kind things for people and compliments and all this type of things will be able to benefit us. And all that, whatever you put in this world is whatever you're going to get back. You know what I mean? So when you're doing kindness and you're giving that type of energy, it's really going to benefit you in the long run. So I want to be able to help you guys understand that when you're helping others, it boosts happiness through the release of dopamine and oxytocin. So like I said, performing small acts of kindness, some people do buying gifts or buying coffee for a coworker or a volunteer or doing something like that. But like I said, it could be opening the door for somebody, giving them a compliment, good morning, you're being a smooth person, it don't take too much. Acts of kindness can really benefit you in the long run to maintain happiness. Moving on to the next is going to be mindfulness and presence. So studies link into mindfulness meditation to reduce stress and increase happiness. So starting off with 5 minutes of daily mindfulness exercises or deep breathing could really benefit us in having happiness, right? So starting off small and then building that consistency will help improve our health and our wellness. So make sure we're breathing, being present, being grounded, releasing all that stress, by doing mindfulness. The next is going to be physical activity. So I want to emphasize finding regular exercise improves mood by releasing endorphins. So I want you guys to find things that you guys enjoy, like different activities like dancing, walking, yoga, basketball, soccer, whatever it may be that's your of interest, and spend 30 minutes a day on that to help maintain focus or your happiness in regards to your physical activity. I want to move on to the next in regards to pursuing meaning, not just pleasure. So I want to cite that research on eudaimonic happiness, which is living a life of purpose, versus hedonic, which is happiness in regards to short term. We're doing things for short term and they gonna really benefit us, you know what I mean? And that's a lot of things that we see out there, and there's a world, the distractions, all type of stuff, which is that short term pleasure, and ain't gonna really take us to, get to that next level, or our true purpose, our true potential. So really try to make sure you're doing things by rational thinking and you're being intentional, and it has some type of meaning to you, so you're able to maintain that core peace, that core happiness. So reflect on your core values and align with your daily actions to make sure that you're navigating yourself to get to where you need to be, and also to maintain your happiness by following these practical research tips, right? So I want to talk about some myths about happiness. So I want to address common misconceptions such as I'll be happy when I get rich, or happiness makes or means about feeling good. So happiness means always feeling good. Like happiness, it doesn't work that way. Happiness goes up and it goes down. You're never gonna really just be happy. That's not how this thing works. I want to explain research showing diminishing returns of income of happiness after 75,000 a year, right? So people that are making 75 plus a year, they thought that once I get this type of money, I'm all set, I'm done, I'm happy. It doesn't work that way. You know what I mean? More money you make, more money you take, you feel me? But I'm just letting you guys know, it's like, happiness, like I said, comes within. You gotta have purpose, you gotta have other things aligned, and having that materialistic possession, there's more to it, you know what I mean? So for the downside, for those that didn't want to hear that, I'm sad to break the news, but this is what research is showing. So I'll say that again: diminishing returns of income of happiness after 75. So just because you got that certain type of money doesn't mean that is end all be all. Like, no, it doesn't work that way. So I want to emphasize that happiness is a journey. It's not a consistent state. So it's like I said, it's gonna fluctuate. You're gonna have your good days, your bad days. But how can you maintain that? Is by practicing the tips that we previously discussed. And the practical tips you can apply today, and I'll summarize that one more time. So we're gonna strengthen our relationships. We wanna write things down that we're grateful for and we're thankful for in our gratitude journal. We wanna perform acts of kindness. We want to also meditate for mindfulness. We want to move our body regularly. We want to have that exercise and physical activity. We want to pursue meaningful goals, so doing things that are intentional to us, that have our core values. I also want to invite you guys to also share happiness practices that you guys, endure, things that you guys do that may be able to benefit other people out there. If you found this video beneficial, throw that thumbs up, share it for somebody that may be beneficial, so they can get that happiness, they can find some core happiness, and they can utilize some of these strategies. But I also just want to say thank you for thriving with me, thank you for making it to this end of the video, and we'll see you in the next one for more intentional content on the way. Take it easy.